A woman inserted a soft hose into a small hole, then picked up a food storage container. She used the hose to drain the water from inside the container to the outside. After removing the sealing strip from the lid, she used a small knife to cut it off and stuffed it into the leak in the container. Then, she forcefully moved the container to the edge so the weight would be distributed evenly, preventing it from sinking easily to the ocean floor. Finally, she taped the walls of the container to mark the water level. That night, a sudden storm with strong winds and heavy rain hit, causing the container to sway violently. After struggling through the night, the water level inside the container had noticeably risen. If no action was taken, the container would eventually sink. It was then that Mia noticed the electric drill nearby and came up with an idea. She decided to use the drill to make a hole in the top of the container to access the outside. However, just as she was about to succeed, the drill suddenly ran out of power. With no other options, Mia had to use a small knife to slowly cut through the ceiling. Just as she succeeded, the blade snapped. Mia didn't give up. She found a safety belt, stuffed it into the gap, and sat on the wooden crate, pulling it with all her strength. She finally managed to create a skylight in the container. After many days, she saw the first ray of sunlight. Excited, Mia hurriedly brought her child out of the container, only to find herself surrounded by endless ocean. Mia quickly learned to fish and stored any leftover food in the storage box. However, the water level in the container continued to rise each day. Desperate for rescue, Mia wrote a distress message on a piece of paper, placed it inside the food storage container, and threw it into the sea, hoping someone would notice. By then, Mia had been stranded at sea for 26 days. The water inside the container had reached its highest point. Mia used wooden planks to secure the food storage boxes and created a small makeshift lifeboat. She was ready to escape. At that moment, a seagull landed on the container, and Mia was overjoyed. The presence of a seagull meant that land was nearby. Late into the night, seawater quickly flooded the container, almost completely submerging it. The makeshift boat began to drift into the open sea, but Mia clung to it and survived the night. The next day, with her remaining strength, she threw fish bones into the sea, hoping to attract more seagulls. Sure enough, within no time, flocks of seagulls appeared above her. A fishing boat nearby spotted the scene and immediately rushed over. And so, Mia and her daughter were finally rescued.